Guys, back your car up. He's gonna damage it.
And he's crazy. He hit one car and started smiling. What a crazy day.
Here you go.
You're not gonna tell me what to do, motherfucker. You're not gonna get in my share of space. Just like you told me. You touch me. You touch me. You have a problem? You grabbed me.
Sometimes, the most dangerous encounters aren't with criminals, but with nature's most unpredictable creatures. From a desperate rescue mission at a Florida zoo to a suburban chimp causing chaos, these stories prove that when animals go rogue, even the bravest officers are put to the test. Today, we dive into shocking real-life moments where police had to make split-second decisions to protect lives both human and animal. And in some cases, those choices came with heartbreaking consequences. Stay tuned for an adrenaline-fueled ride through the wildest police encounters you've ever seen.
In a world where the line between the wild and domestic is often blurred, some encounters can end in unimaginable danger. The following are some examples of some shocking incidents where the unexpected became a terrifying reality, leaving officers and victims alike in situations no one could have prepared for. On December 29, 2021, police received a shocking call from Naples Zoo in Florida. Anthony Robert Rosenquist, a 26-year-old contracted cleaner, made a grave mistake. He entered a restricted area after hours and reached into the tiger enclosure. That's when Echo, an 8-year-old Malayan tiger, attacked, clamping down on Anthony's arm with unimaginable force.
911, where's your emergency? Hello, ma'am?
Help me! Help me, I'm at the Naples Zoo! Help me, please, I'm at the Naples Zoo!
Okay, what's happening?
I'm being attacked by a tiger, please, please.
When the officers arrived at the scene, they were completely taken aback by the shocking sight that unfolded before them. To their disbelief, they found a man in visible agony, tears streaming down his face as he cried out in severe pain. The horrifying reason for his distress was immediately clear. A tiger had latched onto his arm with its powerful jaws, biting down forcefully.
Oh my god. Is that real?
Yeah, please! Oh my god! Please help me! Echo! Please help! Please! Please! Please!
Hey, you're gonna have to fucking shoot.
Please! Oh my god!
You got a tranquilizer? No.
The situation demanded immediate action, and with no alternative available, they were forced to make the difficult decision to shoot the tiger in order to save the man's life. It was a grim choice, but the officers acted swiftly to prevent any further harm and bring the terrifying ordeal to an end.
Shoot it. You're gonna have to shoot it. Shoot. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna shoot. Oh no. Oh,
Alright, just keep a light on. Naples 1 Charlie 10, shots fired.
Rosenquist was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, suffering from severe damage to his arm. Thanks to the efforts of skilled doctors, his arm was ultimately saved. However, the physical and emotional toll of the attack would stay with him long after his recovery.
Here's the tourniquet, bro.
Come and grab him. Here.
Where's the arm?
No, just grab him and slip him over the fucking Okay, we got you.
Yep, notify the field lieutenant.
The tragedy didn't end there. Echo, the tiger, succumbed to his injuries, leaving many outraged. People were deeply disturbed by the idea that an innocent animal had to pay the ultimate price due to what they viewed as an avoidable act of human recklessness. But as shocking as this was, the next case takes us face to face with a famous pet that turned into an unthinkable nightmare. February 16, 2009, Stanford, Connecticut. Sandra Harold's 14-year-old chimpanzee Travis was no ordinary pet. Famous for his TV appearances, Travis was treated like family, until he snapped. Sandra called her friend Charla Nash to help calm Travis after he became agitated. But as Charla arrived with his favorite toy, Travis launched into a ferocious attack, brutally mauling her face and hands.
Police! Send the police!
What's the problem there?
The chimp killed my friend!
What's the problem with your friend?
Oh, please!
What's the problem with your friend? I need to know.
Send the police up!
across a gun.
Please, hurry up! He's killing my girlfriend!
What is the problem?
He's killing my friend!
Who's killing your friend?
My chimpanzee!
Oh, your chimpanzee is killing your friend.
He ripped her apart! Hurry up!
With a gun.
Hurry up, please!
There's someone on the way.
With guns, please! Shoot him!
What is the monkey doing? Tell me what the monkey's...
He ripped her face off!
He ripped her face off?
He's trying to attack me! Please!
Okay,
hurry.
I need you to calm down a little bit. They're on the way. Can you put yourself away? I don't want the monkey attacking you.
Please, hurry up! Listen to me!
They're on the way, ma'am.
Guns! They gotta shoot him, please! Please, hurry!
The woman was in a state of utter distress, her voice trembling with fear as she cried uncontrollably on the phone. Between sobs, she repeatedly told the officers that she couldn't go to help her friend, who was being attacked and torn apart by the animal. On the other end of the line, the officer remained calm but urgent, instructing the woman to hide and protect herself. He reassured her that they were on the way and to stay safe until they arrived to handle the situation.
Hey, they're already on the way.
Please.
If the monkey moves away from your friend, let me know, okay? So we could try to help your friend.
No, I can't. She's dead. She's dead.
Why are you saying that she's dead?
She's dead. He ripped her apart.
He ripped what apart? Her face?
Everything.
He ripped her apart?
Listen, I think I'm gonna faint. I think I'm gonna pass out.
No, just breathe, okay? I'm gonna stay with you on the phone until they get there.
Listen to me. Please hurry. Please hurry.
Sandra Harold tried desperately to intervene, using every means she could think of to stop Travis. Yet, all the measures barely fazed the raging chimpanzee, who continued his brutal attack on Charla Nash. When officers arrived, the chaotic scene left one of them momentarily frozen in shock. Gathering himself, the officer ultimately opened fire, shooting Travis 4 times. The injured chimpanzee let out a haunting screech, stumbled backwards, and fled the scene. He managed to retreat into the house, where he collapsed in his room, ripping his bedpost, before succumbing to his wounds.
Where are they?
They're going your way. They're going as fast as they can your way, okay?
Please go faster. Please, Dirk, please.
Is the monkey still by your friend, or can you get close to your friend?
He's eating her. Please, God, no, please.
Okay, I need you to calm down for me. I know it's hard, okay? I know it's hard. But they're going as fast as they can your way, okay?
Oh, my God, please. They tell them they gotta shoot him because I tried stabbing him and he's not, and it made him worse.
Okay, Sandra.
Have them shoot him.
They will. Sandra, I already have the fire department close by, okay? So as soon as the police gets there, the fire department's going to move in, okay? The fire department can't move in yet, but as soon as the police officers show up...
Please tell them. Shoot him because he's going to try to attack me now.
The aftermath of the attack was harrowing. Charla Nash endured catastrophic injuries, leaving her permanently disfigured despite numerous reconstructive surgeries. The emotional and physical toll was devastating. Charla later received a $4 million settlement from Sandra Harold, who passed away in 2010, leaving behind a legacy marred by this tragic event. Just when you think it couldn't get worse, the next case involves a deadly reptilian standoff in the heart of a busy city. Officers in Tampa, Florida received an unusual call on March 29, 2023. A 9-foot alligator had wandered onto a busy street near Raymond James Stadium, causing a traffic jam and panic among residents. As officers approached, the gator wasn't having it. It hissed and whipped its massive tail, sending a clear warning: stay back.
You're getting there. I know, buddy.
The officer then began discussing a strategy to safely capture and remove the massive alligator from the highway. With traffic piling up and the unpredictable nature of the situation, the plan had to be executed carefully to ensure the safety of both the public and the officers.
Yes. You ready? Yeah, how far up? I'm gonna go to the head, and you just sit on his body.
With teamwork and quick thinking, the officers fashioned a makeshift noose and managed to restrain the beast. It took 4 officers sitting on the gator's back to subdue it, while others taped its jaws shut and covered its eyes to keep it calm.
You ready?
Watch out. Good job, Luke. We're proud of you.
Let's keep the weight on him.
Give me one more. One more for weight.
I got duct tape. I got duct tape. Done. More duct tape.
And a towel to cover his eyes up.
Anyone have towel? No towel. Hey guys, back off the street. Guys, back off the street.
Mike, you want the rope tight? You're fine the way you got it. I just need tape.
It's gonna be all right.
The alligator was later transported by wildlife officials to a safe location, but not before giving the officers a story that they'd never forget. The next case brings us to a suburban jungle with chaos swinging from the trees. It was October 20th, 2010, a day that would go down in local lore. The residents of this quiet suburb awoke to find their streets transformed into a scene straight out of a Bobo had escaped from his owner's property and was wreaking havoc with his remarkable agility and terrifying force.
Guys, back your car up. He's gonna damage it.
And he's crazy. He hit one car, started smiling. What a crazy day.
After hours of attempted containment, Bobo's owner finally arrived on the scene. The owner managed to coax the chimp down from the trees. He led Bobo back into his cage, bringing an end to the ordeal. The fallout, however, was significant. Local authorities fined the owner for keeping such a dangerous animal in a residential area, and Bobo was relocated to a sanctuary where he could live in a safer, more controlled environment. If you thought a rogue chimp was wild, wait until you see what officers faced inside the shattered home. In June of 2019, Baltimore officers responded to what seemed like a standard break-in call. The homeowners reported a shattered window and blood on the floor. But when officers entered the house, they discovered the culprit, and you won't believe what they saw.
Police, let me see your hand. That's a deer. It's a deer. It's a deer. It's a deer. Stand down.
The panicked animal bolted back and forth through the room, creating a chaotic scene. It knocked over chairs, slammed into walls, and sent a $200 lamp crashing onto the floor, shattering it into pieces. The officers, caught in the whirlwind of destruction, tried to corner the frightened creature without escalating the situation.
Go. Down here, man. Down here. Yes. Yep. Go. Go. Come on. No. Get the shield in here. No, come on. Here it is. His claws again. Open the door. Back up. Open the door. Open the door. Oh, golly.
With the help of animal control, officers managed to guide the deer out of the front door. The homeowners were left with a hefty repair bill, but at least the unexpected intruder made it back to the wild unharmed.
Oh. There we go.
As unexpected as that was, the next encounter shows the heart-stopping danger of keeping wild animals as pets. In June 2021, Pendleton, Oregon became the site of a horrifying encounter involving a pet chimpanzee and its owner's family. A frantic 911 call described a scene of chaos. A 200-pound chimp had viciously attacked its owner's 50-year-old daughter, leaving her critically injured and in desperate need of medical assistance.
911, where is your emergency? We need an ambulance, and we need an armed deputy. What's going on? My pet chimpanzee has attacked my daughter. She's bleeding profusely, and the animal has to be shot. It has attacked my 50-year-old daughter. She needs an ambulance. The ambulance cannot get to her because I've locked myself in the basement with her. I can't get out to get my own gun. Okay. She's on the patio. You're going to have to do a headshot. Okay. Is she bleeding? She's bleeding profusely, and she needs an ambulance.
Amid the tense moments, the owner, Tamara Broguidi, pleaded with the officers to stop the rampaging animal. One officer took aim, ensuring he had a clear shot to minimize further risk. A single gunshot echoed across the property, followed by a second, bringing the tragedy to a close. The chimpanzee was down, and officers quickly moved to secure the area so medics could attend to the severely injured daughter.
Is that open? No. There's a secondary fence under the patio. Yeah, this one is, but... Oh. Buddy? All right, I'm going to try to get in for a shot. Hey. Is there somebody there?
I am.
Okay, are you safe?
Yeah, I need you to shoot him.
Okay.
Go ahead, shot.
He's down. 32-42. Shots fired. We need the ambulance in immediately.
Both Tamara and her daughter were rushed to the hospital. The daughter's injuries were significant, requiring extensive medical attention, while Tamara was treated for minor injuries and the shock of the incident. From tigers to chimps and gators.
Wild animals remind us that nature isn't something to be tamed, it's something to be respected. From the tragic loss of a tiger due to human recklessness, to the horrifying chimpanzee attacks that left lasting scars, these incidents prove that dangerous animals don't belong in captivity or as pets. While officers do their best to keep the public safe, these cases show that some encounters have no easy solutions. Whether it's a rogue alligator on the highway or a panicked deer breaking into a home, one thing is clear: when man and beast collide, the outcome is always unpredictable. What happens when those who are supposed to uphold the law become the ones breaking it? In today's shocking encounters, we witness police officers turning against their own, from a drunken police chief assaulting his own sergeant to a hot-headed officer choking his colleague in a fit of rage. And just when you think it can't get any worse, an interagency standoff brings egos and tempers to a boiling point. These cases remind us that corruption, unchecked power, and internal conflicts can be just as dangerous as the criminals they're meant to fight. Stay tuned as we break down these jaw-dropping moments of law enforcement gone wrong.
Oh, why do you got a jacket on that's not fit to be worn? What's on the back of it?
What do you mean?
Look at it, tell me what's on the back of it.
Oh, they washed off.
Yeah, then get rid of it.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
You're a sergeant, for God's sake.
Okay, Chief. Let me work this DWI, okay?
Instead of observing or offering assistance, the chief decided to address a trivial issue: the sergeant's jacket. Guido wasn't happy with the jacket's imprint, and rather than simply letting the matter go, he continued to confront the sergeant. The sergeant, trying to remain focused on his DUI investigation, explained the minor mistake, hoping to brush it off and continue with his work. But the chief wasn't done. He didn't just want to talk about the jacket, he was intent on making a scene.
Chief, I'm working. I don't have time to argue about a jacket, okay? Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. Don't you fucking touch me. You have a problem? Fuck. You grabbed me. What? Now get out of here. Before you get a ball.
Take it, man. Take it.
No, you're going to go in.
Take it.
Drunk again.
As the sergeant tried to get back to the task at hand, Guido unnecessarily raised the situation further. His comments became more aggressive, pushing the sergeant into an uncomfortable corner. The sergeant, who had seen his fair share of tense moments in his career, was growing frustrated, but kept his cool. The chief, however, was spiraling, turning what should have been a routine interaction into a full-blown altercation. The chief, now completely disregarding the authority of the sergeant, grabbed him. This physical action crossed a line that no one, especially not a police chief, should have crossed. The sergeant, taken aback by the aggression, had no choice but to remind the chief that he was out of line as he in return grabbed him and backed him against the car. It was clear this wasn't just a momentary lapse in judgment. It was a breakdown in leadership, as it became clear the chief was drunk.
Get out of here.
No.
Chief, get out of here or you're going to get locked up.
No,
Chief, you're going to get locked up.
What the fuck?
You grabbed me. I asked you 3 times to leave me alone. You're obstructing my DWI.
Billy, come over here.
Let me go.
That's the first thing. Billy,
I'm trying to get away from everybody.
Shut up, because you're in trouble now.
No, I'm not in trouble.
Stop.
I'm not in trouble.
Stop.
You're going to be in trouble.
Stop,
You're gonna be
Billy.
in trouble.
Billy.
Chief, I'm working at DWI.
I'm listening to you.
Okay.
Shut up.
No.
You're in trouble because this is the first thing. First of all, I was about to say to you, you stupid. I was about to say to you, what do you need OEM for?
You're embarrassing me in front of the men about the jacket.
No. That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
That's neither here nor there. Now we got a real fucking problem, Billy.
Yeah, we do.
Amid all the drama, the sergeant managed to maintain his professionalism, warning the chief, Gita, to leave the scene or risk being arrested. The reason was clear. The chief had physically grabbed the sergeant and obstructed an ongoing DUI investigation. However, instead of stepping down, the chief, addressing the sergeant dismissively as Billy, declared that it was the sergeant who would soon be in trouble. Unshaken and firm in his stance, the sergeant, fully aware that he had done nothing wrong, fired back, pointing out that it was Gita who was digging himself into a deeper hole. Slurring his words and clearly under the influence, he attempted to assert his authority, rambling on about explaining why the sergeant needed an OEM, but the sergeant stood his ground, calmly yet firmly, calling Gita out for embarrassing him over something as small as a jacket in front of their colleagues.
You should know better than this, my friend.
No.
Listen to me.
Grab me.
No, I said come over here.
You're out of line. You grabbed me. It's on video.
Billy.
It's on video. I'm not going to argue with it. I have a crash to work.
Billy.
I have a job to do.
You're relieved. Billy, you're relieved.
No, Chief.
No, Billy. Please, Billy. Don't. You're suspended, Billy.
I'm suspended?
Yes.
Okay. I'm suspended. I'm going home.
Yes. Billy, come here.
I'm going home.
We
can't talk. I'm suspended.
No.
I'm suspended.
You're
going
to headquarters
home.
and you're going to wait for me there.
No, I'm not. I'm suspended.
I'm going
home.
You're going to go in the headquarters. You're going to wait for me there.
Let me work my crash. This is why I'm here.
Billy, you're suspended.
All right, if I'm suspended, then I'm not going to wait inside. Nothing more than that.
No, Billy. Let me just explain. Billy, you're suspended.
The chief, still clinging to his authority, asserted that the sergeant shouldn't be taking any action while he was present at the scene. When the sergeant pointed out that he had physically grabbed him, Gita tried to justify his actions by claiming, "I said, come over here." Confident that the entire incident had been captured on video, Billy decided not to waste any more time arguing. Instead, he reminded the chief that he had a crash scene to handle and turned his focus back to his duties. Then came the moment that would have shattered any other officer's composure. Gita abruptly announced that Billy was suspended. Without missing a beat, Billy calmly accepted the decision, responding with a straightforward, "If I'm suspended, I'm going home," and began to walk away. But the chief wasn't ready to let it go. He called after Billy, attempting to bring him back into the fray. However, Billy remained resolute, telling him that if he was suspended, there was nothing more to discuss. Undeterred, Gita barked out one final instruction, demanding that Billy head to headquarters and wait for him there. Billy, however, had already made it clear his time and his integrity wouldn't be wasted.
See what happened there? Yes, see what happened.
There's some type of exchange between you and the sergeant.
Well, we're going to talk about that later. Everybody's got that. Billy's
As the sergeant left the scene, Gita refused to let up. The chief's intoxication only fueled his sense of power, and he attempted to intimidate the junior officers on the scene. He even went so far as to try to manipulate their testimonies, trying to twist the situation in his favor. But the chief's arrogance quickly backfired. The officers weren't willing to play along with his delusions of power.
His powers failed him as he was placed on administrative leave pending investigations into his actions that day by the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office. The sergeant resumed work the following day.
In the aftermath of the confrontation, the fallout was swift and inevitable. The chief, Gita, was placed on administrative leave, and an investigation by the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office was launched into his actions. His behavior that night was deemed unacceptable. Meanwhile, the sergeant was able to return to work the next day. It was a reminder of power gone wrong. When authority is abused, the results can be catastrophic. If you thought this was shocking, wait until you hear about the sergeant who turned his aggression in a way that left everybody stunned. November 19th, 2021 began as a typical day for the Sunrise Police Department, but it quickly turned into a shocking display of excessive force by Sergeant Christopher Pulse. Pulse, known for his tough demeanor, was making an arrest on a suspect who had been resisting orders. But what happened next was something no one could have anticipated. Pulse didn't just subdue the suspect, He nearly choked out one of his own colleagues to death in the process.
Watch your head getting into the car. Ah, miss, can you stop pulling the car?
Just get in the car and you'll be fine.
Get in the car. Get in the car.
Put in the car. Hold my wrist. I
Once
can't
you get in the
move.
car, she'll let go.
So what's he saying? So just get in the car.
She gonna break my wrist.
All right, just get in the car.
Can y'all just tell her to stop?
Okay, get in the car.
Get in the car.
Just get in the car.
All right, I'm getting in. Get your feet in. Hey, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. You want to play games? You play with the wrong mother.
You got it too, man. You gonna mace me, mace me.
Look at me, mother. You want to play games? You ever get disrespectful with my officers? I will remove your soul from your body.
Watch your head. Get in the car. Pulse barked at the suspect. His voice was filled with frustration. As a female officer had the suspect in handcuffs and was trying to place him in the car, the suspect was voicing his concerns, claiming the officer was pulling him by the cuffs. But what happened next was beyond belief. As the suspect continued to resist, Pulse's patience seemed to snap as he continued to shout at the suspect, saying things like, "You're playing with the wrong mother." This was all because, according to the officer, the suspect was getting disrespectful with his fellow officers.
Do what you gotta do.
No.
Touching your kid.
Sir.
Get the car.
Sir. Just let it be.
I don't understand that.
We clear?
Yes, sir.
And I'll see you in about 5 minutes.
However, Pulse's aggression escalated. The junior officer, attempting to help and calm the situation, was caught in the line of fire. Pulse, in a fit of rage, grabbed the officer by the neck, choking her in a shocking act of violence. The young officer was in serious danger, struggling to breathe as Pulse's grip tightened, and he even threatened her and almost pepper sprayed. Meanwhile, the suspect, who had been the focus of the arrest, was forgotten in the chaos. "I'll see you in 5 minutes," Pulse shouted, but his attention was no longer on the suspect. The officer's colleagues watched in disbelief as Pulse's actions turned from controlling the suspect to attacking his own. The junior officer, who had simply tried to intervene, was now facing the full wrath of the sergeant's anger, while the suspect placed in the police car was ready to leave. It was clear at that moment that Pulse had completely lost control of the situation, and his behavior was no longer just unprofessional, it was criminal.
He was charged with battery and assault on a law enforcement officer, assault on a civilian, and tampering with evidence by deleting texts threatening officers who witnessed the incident to remain silent.
Sergeant Pulse faced serious consequences for his actions. He was charged with multiple counts including battery and assault on a law enforcement officer, assault on a civilian, and tampering with evidence. It was revealed that Pulse had tried to delete text messages threatening officers who witnessed the incidents, urging them to remain silent about the shocking display of violence. This is a reminder of the consequences of unchecked aggression and abuse of power within law enforcement. The consequences of this incident would be felt long after the dust settled, from chaos within a team to a full-on interagency showdown. Get ready, because the drama only intensifies. On January 30th, 2024, an everyday traffic stop in Lexington, North Carolina, quickly changed into a tense confrontation that nearly spiraled out of control. The Lexington police officer had pulled over a vehicle, exceeding the speed limit, expecting the usual interaction with a civilian. What he didn't expect was to be face to face with a man who outranked him by a long shot. Cleveland County Sheriff Chris Amison.
Hello.
Are we sure I'm going to SWAT call out?
Okay, so this video, could you do an 85 and a 55?
I was going
Going where?
call out.
Where we going?
SWAT call out right over here.
I didn't know we had one.
We have an armed guy barricaded in the house. Used to be a police officer. And
Where at?
walk down here on.
Here in Lexington?
Yeah.
We have an armed person but we don't know about. All right, I'll call our chief and let him know.
The officer approached the car, unaware of who was behind the wheel, until Sheriff Amison revealed he was rushing to a SWAT call. "I was going 85 and a 55 because I'm going to a SWAT call," Amison explained. The officer, clearly surprised, was even more taken aback when he learned that the Lexington Police Department had no knowledge of the ongoing situation and the fact that there was an armed person. This oversight prompted the officer to make a call to his chief, Ronnie Johnson.
Tell me what the fuck is going on.
Captain Tom right here.
Where's Captain Tom? Captain Hawk.
Yeah.
Where's Command?
Excuse me, sir. What the heck's going on here? We realized that I'd like to know what's going on in my own damn city. We would have notified you, sir. We would have? Yeah. Well, hold on. I've been at the I've been down there at the PD all day. All right. According to the call, it says the technically was notified, they refused to respond until it's out involved. Sit down here, guys. Okay, I don't know who the said that. First of all, sir, I know you're the chief. I'm just telling you, I don't appreciate all of this going on and nobody notified me a damn thing about it.
Just 4 minutes later, both the officer and Chief Johnson arrived at the standoff location, but instead of finding a calm situation, they were greeted by a very heated atmosphere. Chief Johnson, clearly upset at being left out of the loop, immediately confronted Amison's deputies. "Excuse me, sir, what the hell is going on here?" Chief Johnson demanded. His frustration was obvious as he tried to get information about the standoff in his own city. "I would like to know what's going on in my own damn city," he continued. But it seemed that the communication breakdown was deeper than just a missed call. As tensions were already high due to the standoff, Amison's deputies began to walk away from the heated exchange. However, the officer with the body camera wasn't done yet. His sense of duty, mixed with a hint of defiance, led to a shocking confrontation. "You can't talk about Chief like that, sir," the officer said, his voice rising. "You can get the hell out of my face. I don't care who you are," was the deputy lieutenant's response. What followed was a jaw-dropping clash of egos between two law enforcement officers, neither willing to back down. "This is my county too," the deputy lieutenant insisted as he continued to face off, who wasn't taking kindly to the exchange. "Back up, man. Chill out. Everything is going to be okay." The lieutenant's team member came in between their clash.
You have no authority. You're not going to tell me what to do, mother. You're not going to get in my sheriff's face, just like you told me. Get your hands off me, man. Back up, John. Hey, pull him back. No, he's in the sheriff's face. He's getting ready to go to jail. Stop. He's getting ready to go to jail. Stop. Both of you back off. This is our operation. This is our county. Understand? Oh, yeah. Perfectly clear. Okay. Perfectly clear. Come on. Run that.
The situation escalated further as the lieutenant refused to back down, pushing the officer. "You're not going to tell me what to do, the officer shot back, saying the officer shouldn't be getting in the sheriff's face. At this critical moment, Chief Johnson intervened, stepping in to pull his officer back before the situation could escalate further. Sheriff Amison, equally unwilling to back down, told them to leave. The tension in the air was palpable as both sides refused to yield. "You need to back off. This is our operation," the lieutenant team told the officers, who seemed more than ready to stand their ground. Though the confrontation did not end in violence, it was clear that there were deeper, unresolved tensions between the two agencies. The incident ended with both sides walking away. No violence, but with bruised egos and a clear reminder of how power struggles can shake the very foundation of law enforcement cooperation, because the lines between agency and ego are often thinner than we think.
When those in power abuse their authority, the consequences can be disastrous. Today's cases have shown us that even those wearing the badge can become a danger when ego, corruption, or unchecked aggression take over. A police chief too drunk to lead, an officer so enraged he turns on his own team, and agencies so divided they nearly come to blows. These incidents serve as a stark reminder that law enforcement is only as strong as its integrity. At the end of the day, accountability must apply to everyone, no matter their rank, because when those who enforce the law refuse to follow it, chaos is inevitable.